everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge and 5 more best bets for the night in sports. We have no time to waste. Let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. We got the speculator. We got EC and Spector. Before we start with our picks yesterday, the Lakers pulled off a trade that a lot of people say is a really good trade for them. Kind of take me through it and tell me why we should be paying attention to it.
Yeah, I have to agree with them. And of course, I'm going to bring in some numbers on why. The Lakers traded Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks for Rui Hachimura. And I like it because second-round picks are often overvalued. I'm not saying that Rui Hachimura is going to be an all-star, but think about this. In the last 17 drafts, that's 510 second-round picks. 6 of those players have been an all-star once in their career. You're talking 1.2% chance that one of those second-round picks turns out to be an all-star at least at some point in their career. On the other side, what the Lakers got in return, Rui Hachimura is turning 25 in February, so he's still very young. He's averaging 13 points on 24 minutes. And I think the best NBA comparison you can give is the Morris twins. When they were 25, they were doing 13 to 15 points a game on more minutes than Rui's getting. And really, the only downside I see here is that if Rui plays really well, there's going to be some cap juggling for the Lakers in order to re-sign him at the end. And they can't use those second-round picks as a little bit of a sweetener for those big trades that they might be trying to pull off with their first-round picks.
Well, I tell you what, right now, LeBron better be happy, and they need size. Boy, I watch every Lakers game out here. They need size. Thank you very much. Now, yesterday, this man taught me a lesson. I was on the wrong side of this game. He said, listen, Hawks and Bulls, yeah, we can bet it, but all you do is bet the under, and it's going to come in by like 30 points. And that's exactly what happened. So another little green check mark for the speculator, and I lost the Hawks. I learned my lesson. But, Specty, you can't possibly use the Bulls in an under 2 days in a row, can you?
Yeah, we're going to go back to the well, Coach. I mean, we just saw yesterday, we gave the reasons on why that line was too high. And the line today is 234.5 for the Bulls and Pacers. Our SportsLine IA loves it again. 231, giving you a 3.5-point edge. The books have adjusted this line downward in the right way they should, but I don't think they've accounted for the fact that the Bulls are on a back-to-back. When the Bulls are on a back-to-back, they average 110 points. When they have 1 day of rest, 115. When they have 2 days of rest, they average 118. That means you're talking 5 to 8 points just because they are on a back-to-back here. Look on the other side of things, and the Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton have averaged 111 points per game, and their offensive rating dropped an entire 6 points when he's off the court. This number should be closer to that like 230 range for me to even consider going on the over.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's called the lead data scientist for a reason. Did you know the back-to-back 1 day of rest, 2 day of rest Chick-fil-A nugget? I don't think so. Even with sweet and sour sauce, you didn't know that nugget. You didn't know that nugget.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, Coach.
You're damn right. And I love having you here every single day. Now, you notice I said day and not date, because in the chat, they're having their own little conversation about EC's dating prowess. And we talked about it the other day on the show that when you have a date, that your winning percentage on that night is 71.4%. Now, it begs the question, do you have a date tonight?
No, Coach, I do not have a date tonight. And for those who asked in the chat, I believe it was Big Cheesy. No, there will not be a second date with the one from last week. We decided it was probably best to go our separate ways, but I wish her nothing but the best.
We or she?
I will just leave it at that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this. Big Cheesy is a Cohen head, though. You are starting. I mean, if nothing else, you may not have a lady in your life, but you have a bunch of Cohen heads that show up every single day for you. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Well, I mean, the egos, in certain places, it's not so good. And in other places, it's great. Listen, I mean, my picks are doing pretty well, Coach. I'm hitting them pretty good. So, I guess there's a trade-off in life, right?
I guess. I guess. Now, I know every single week my man EC has been trying, almost begging to get on our brand new golf show, which, by the way, we're still looking for a name. But EC, I'm looking at my notes, and you love 3 players, and you're not going to believe this. I picked all of these 3 in one way or another on the show today, but not in the way that you did. So we've got it covered from top to bottom. Give me your golf picks first, please.
Yeah, I'm not going to do any outrights this week, Coach. I mean, with the John Rahm, dominance right now, I just don't feel good about it. And I've lost the first three, and the Morikawa thing in Hawaii still bugs me. So we're going to play three top 20s. The first is Jason Day, who's plus 130. He's played the last 9 years at the Farmers Insurance Open, six made cuts, 5 top 10s, including 2 wins. The lowest he's been is 16th when he's made the cut. So we'll roll with that. Justin Rose, who I believe I saw briefly was one of your picks to win at Torrey Pines, top 10 in 4 of his last 5 played here, including a win in 2018. And, by the way, I'm rocking my Torrey Pines polo shirt on the show today just to, maybe kiss up even more to get on the golf show. And then I'm going to go to a big one here. So Justin Rose is plus 290. Ryan Palmer, a top 20 for him, plus 460, which makes no sense. I know he doesn't have the form right now, but he's played 5 times at Torrey Pines. Lowest is 21st, including 2 seconds at plus 460. We're going to be rolling in it on Saturday.
Ryan Palmer has a lot of history here. And for those of you that are not familiar with the Farmers Insurance, you need to have history. You need to have experience. This is a big boy ballpark. You also need to be a bomber. Short hitters need not apply. I got Jason Day as a top 10, so your little top 10 nugget was nice because that's what I played. I have Ryan Palmer in a head-to-head matchup, and I have Justin Rose as my long shot. He is plus 5,500. He was T6 here a year ago. He won in 2019, and he says he has recommitted himself to his golf game. So I like all 3 of those names that you just threw out. So, EC, hold tight for a second. Let the chat talk about your dating life while I do my 2 picks next because I love tonight. Love it. Just an hour from where I'm sitting right now at the Staples Center. I will not call it the Crypto.com 1, 2, 3, 4 Center ever again. It's the Staples Center. Clippers, Lakers. Now, the last 10 games, the Lakers have averaged 121 points a game. Their opponents, the last 10 games, have averaged 119 points a game. Now, I'm not a math major like EC is, but that's 240 points a game on average. So all we need is for the Clippers to do their part. And we get over 230 tonight at minus 110. Then I'm going to go to college basketball, right? EC's not the only one that can do college basketball. And I'm going to the MAC. I'm done kicking myself for not taking it over in the MAC, and I found just the right one. Kent State, the best team in the MAC, in my opinion. Taking on Northern Illinois. The books have not caught up to Northern Illinois. What do I mean by that? Their last 3 games, the totals have looked like this. Let me check my notes. 155, 158, 151. The over in this game is 138.5, and Kent State is not the side that I'm worried about. Northern Illinois, whatever they've been doing, they've started to score, and we're going to sail to the over. Now, EC, you know what spot you're in, but I'm assuming that if I found the brilliance in a MAC over, that you would probably follow suit, yes?
Absolutely, Coach. I mean, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. And considering the fact that since I've been on the show, I am 22, 11, and 1 in college basketball bets. Just want to point that out. We're hitting at 67%. Now, I'm not quite on speculator NBA level, which is like 90%, but I'm doing my best to try to fit in with you guys. I'm just saying that. All right, so we got Miami, Ohio, and Akron. The over is also 138.5. I think we like that number in the MAC tonight. Akron is averaging 83 at home over its last 7, including scoring only 80 against something called Muskingum. And I don't know what that, I think it's a college. Muskingum. No, it's Muskingum. Muskingum.
Oh,
now, what is
never
that?
heard of him.
Yeah. So they only dropped 80 against them, but they're averaging 83 in the other games. Okay, great. They're averaging Miami road games are 146 total points on the season is what they're averaging. And 3 of the last 4 Miami games are over 156 total points. So like your Northern Illinois theory, Coach, I think this Miami-Akron game flies over and I think goes into the mid-140s at least. I think we hit this one. Then I kind of came up with this. I don't remember who did this first, but the Moneyline Parlay. And I had fun with this yesterday. I just missed with Wisconsin. So we're going back to it tonight. A 3-teamer, Illinois, Kentucky, and TCU. Plus 209. So against Illinois, Ohio State has lost 5 of 6, including the 3 unranked teams on the road. So we're fading them. Kentucky has won 13 in a row against Vanderbilt. Last loss was 2016. So we're going to take them. And then Oklahoma against TCU has lost 5 of its last 7 games and is 0-5 this season against ranked teams. And we're going to back that TCU squad, especially since they smoked your Jayhawks the other day. I'm just saying. And by the way, for what it's worth,
there is no more by the way. It's called in this business a dramatic pause. You let it breathe.
I never let anything breathe.
Well, we know that. We know that. By the way, Big Cheesy's calling me a liar, I believe, in the chat. Said that I took JJ Spawn over Justin Rose. I did not. I have a showdown, and I have Justin Rose. Don't call me out, Big Cheesy. And if I'm wrong, I don't care. Don't call me out.
I like JJ Spawn this week as well. San Diego State guy, one of his home courses. He is where I will consider playing it outright as well today.
Oh, so would you kind of have the smoke? I'll take Rose. You can have JJ Spawn.
No, because I'm betting Rose too.
Oh. I thought you just said you like JJ Spawn.
I like them both.
Oh,
I'm betting both those guys. Yeah.
So you wouldn't bet that head-to-head?
No.
Got it. Okay. Char says golf name, picks, putts, and profit. Welcome into picks. Oh, it's got to roll off the tongue. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of AB today on the 1s and the 2s. EC, he's got a full slate. Man, he is begging to get on that golf show. How about 3 top 20s? Jason Day, Justin Rose, Ryan Palmer. Then Miami of Ohio, Akron. Let's sail to the over 138.5. Then a money line parlay in college hoops. Kentucky, they just took away their cell phones. The next day, they played great. They're doing it again today. Then TCU. Yes, they kicked KU. I picked Baylor over KU last night. You can't come at me like that. Then Illinois to round out that money line parlay at plus 209. Then the speculator. 1 check mark at a time. That should be his new motto. Bulls, Pacers, under 234.5. Dare we have the Bulls in an under 2 nights in a row? Crazy talk. Then my 2 plays, Clippers, Lakers over 230. Kent State, Northern Illinois, also from the MAC, over 137.5. Do not forget, coming up in 15 minutes, bottom of the hour, it's our NFL weekly mega preview. And we are down to just a mini preview. It's just 2 games, but we'll chop it up top to bottom, left to right with 3 of the greatest minds in the NFL today. M Squared, the Maestro, and of course the stoic one, R.J. White. But in the meantime, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. EC, the speculator, AB, of course. I am the coach. Turn on your notifications. Every time we start a show, boom, you're here from second one. That's how we do it at the early edge, and sometimes, oh yes, sometimes we do it in 5. Good luck.